Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, I was going to make a guide about how to do the Dark Fortresses, and funny enough, this is going to turn into a guide of how not to do the Dark Fortresses, because we did it right after our Supreme Strife, so nobody has any troops, and then we set the time to be right after Strife, so nobody was ready. Anyways... It's all good, chat. It's all good. This is going to be a funny one. This event is... Oh, I didn't get in the rally in time. Oh my god. This event is pretty fun. It requires a minimal amount of preparation, but you do need to be prepared. And the way that it works is you're going to rally these different dark forts. Each fort is weak to a different troop type. The more damage that you deal, the better your rewards will be at the end. And you can get some pretty decent rewards. Now, we only have 2 minutes left, so I'll just show you the gameplay. I'll show you how I prepared. And the reason I didn't record from start to finish is we accidentally ran the event earlier than was intended. I'm not exactly sure how that's done, but we did it. It's the first time this event was here, you know? It is, chat, what it is. All right, now, I'm making a couple mistakes as I do this. One of those mistakes is that just like in sort of KVK, you're reinforcing rallies here, and these rallies are taking very meaningful amounts of damage. So rather than sit in these rallies with low quantities of troops, I'm better off leaving the rallies and coming back fresh. Because what you don't want to happen, I think, is for these rallies to sad face. You can only have a limited number of rallies. You would ideally probably like to have those strongest rallies full of troops the entire time. Now, I've made some presets here that have some slightly higher troop counts. I popped a 25% expansion to try to get some extra troops into the action here. And if I was being really attentive to this, I could be joining the rallies that were lowest to make sure that they are okay. In fact, this army, let's just bring infantry and try and run this one over here. Let's see. Why are people using Hera? I don't understand. Could just be a me thing. I already have an army in there. Let's put it in this one. GG. We got 15 seconds left. We do the damage we do. It is what it is. Oh my god. Ay, 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 ay. And I did run a rally here, which is pretty cool, but I think actually I end up getting less points this way. There it is. We finished them off. GG's. Technically, the time ran out. Let's see what our final score was. Here we are. Definitely, we missed out on like at least 7 minutes of DPS time on this thing. But great news. I can tell you about all the things not to do. Give me just a second. And now we get our troops back. Bro, now we get our troops back. Oh my god, what a comedy of errors. What a comedy of errors. Whatever. I mean... All right, so let me explain, now that I'm not under the crunch of actually reinforcing and setting the rallies, how this works. Big picture. Your alliance leaders need to very carefully and purposefully, not overlapping with events, set the time for when to summon these. Then you summon in these buildings before the event time is going to start. At least 15 minutes before, and they do pick the summon locations. As of the time of this recording, you can't put them on top of where there's like barbs and other things. And then you're going to set rallies, and you want to summon these at least 15 minutes before the start time so that rallies can be set, people can join, and honestly, people are going to need to TP closer. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to reinforce the rallies enough times. You need to reinforce the rallies repeatedly to get enough score to actually get something relevant. Now, each of these things can only be rallied, I think, with like 8 rallies at a time. I think most alliances are not going to have the activities to actually sustain 8 rallies at a time. So I think your objective might be fewer rallies with better rally leads to get a higher score.
to be honest. And we can look in here. Let's see. Does it say? Yes, each Dark Fortress can be attacked by up to 8 rallied armies at a time. So which one should you rally? Well, the cavalry one, the one that says cavalry, means it has cavalry, and it says clearly here it is weak to infantry. So you rally the cavalry one with infantry, the archer one with cavalry, and the infantry one with archers. Okay? Pretty straightforward what you need to do there. And the thing is that you're going to have an individual damage score, which, like, I think being the rally lead actually is a detriment because your troop count is going down potentially, and so you can't do as much damage, I think, as an individual contributor because you don't have any more troops in the rally after some amount of time, and I don't think there's a way to replenish them. If there is a way, I'll let you know down below in the comments. But anyways, what I did is I made some presets beforehand with some extra troop capacity. I'm using my gear that's got the extra troop capacity to begin with. You could be just better off with pure filling marches if you had those and had enough of them, where it's armies with extra troop capacity. I need to play around with it a little bit more. I was in Supreme Strife just before this. We got the win, which was pretty cool. I'll show you how I did in just a minute. But yeah, like I've got all this extra troop capacity, so I figured I'd wear the gear with that troop cap and then use commanders that have the troop cap, like Julius Caesar, right? 15% extra unit capacity is a big deal. So I'm trying to squeeze as many units as I can into this. There's another 15% cap. I also, by the way, went and used a 25% expansion for this. Hilarious. Trajan's got extra troop capacity, okay? And then also, he does have extra troop capacity, right? Yeah. And then Barca's got extra troop capacity. I use them together. There are other commanders that have 10% capacity that are epic, like Skippy. You've got, what is it? Is it Osman you could use? You've got options, okay? And you want to put as many troops as you can to get as much damage as you can so that you can get some rewards here. Those rewards are over here at an individual level. You're going for sovereign keys and transmutation stones. And like, obviously transmutation stones, those are very valuable. You get 5 of them. That's like 3,000 gems worth of value. I mean, getting a high damage ranking is definitely valuable. I think with the right level of attentiveness, getting the 60 million is achievable and consistent. I do think that it's going to require people to all be like teleported up on top of the action, which is worth the teleport. It is worth the teleport to get the, the transmutation stones, right? Like, no question about it. Those are valuable, the gem value's there. But it does, like, totally decimate whatever hive setup you have every time this event shows up, because everybody's going to have to teleport over. Unlike, the caravan event, where you just walk your happy self over there and you're good to go. This is going to require a lot of joining a lot of times. Now, look, at the time of this recording, this is a pioneer event. It's here for the first time, which is in part why we had some unforced errors in how we did. But I will point out the damage to the Dark Fortress can be enhanced by 100%. That's by hitting some barbs. You get these little coins. You donate the coins before the fight, and it honestly does not take that many as an alliance to get your damage up. And if your alliance does this event, but you don't participate, you can join another alliance and go participate over there. And if we get a look at the total rules here, the rules do say, chat, earn amazing rewards. Stage 1, Alliance members can earn raid coins by defeating barbs. Okay, we talked about that. Stage 2, your Alliance leader or titled officer can select the time. We did that, but should not have overlapped it with our Supreme Strife. After summoning the 3 Dark Fortresses, you start to raid. I think you can summon these a full 15 minutes early, chat. A full 15, okay? So you want to make sure you summon them with an overabundance of time for your team to get in position, rather than summon them with the 15-minute timer for our damage time already counting down. Whoops. Stage 3, create rallied armies. And we talked about how to do that. We talked about how the rewards work, but this is a big deal. The alliance member who deals the highest total damage in the raid will be the MVP. And depending on how much damage the MVP deals, your alliance rewards are multiplied by up to 10x. So having a good MVP is a big deal. You kind of want to, if possible, prop one person up in order to get that MVP going. And each alliance can only launch 1 raid per event. Yep, we did it. Your alliance leader or title officer sets the raid time. Each Dark Fortress attacked by 8 rallied armies. You only receive rewards once, and yeah, if you deal 0 damage, you will not receive personal or alliance rewards, but you can go to another alliance. Your raid time cannot be modified within 5 minutes of the start. Man, it's funny because as we were leading up to this, I was like, should we change the raid time, guys? And someone said, no, it'll be fine. You cannot start the raid in the last 60 minutes of the event. At the end of the event, unused raid coins will be converted to personal points, and you can only attack Dark Fortresses summoned by your own alliance. All right. Now, if you were wondering what I was up to, what we were up to as an alliance that had us a little scatterbrained at the start of this one, we were doing Supreme Strife. We're advancing. Hooray. And if we get a look here at how we did, I've got, let's see, here's my resurrection. I think I saved it. I won barely any Oryx or whatever these are. Yeah, Supreme Oryx, because I bet on GV77, which was like, in this round, a very safe bet. And let's see here. Okay, we're getting taxed. There it is. So we're advancing. There's our points this something. Points this round, maybe. That's what that's got to be. Kills this match. But chat, hey, check it out. I was 4th. I was 4th in the pact. And I think, honestly, if you look at overall, which I guess it doesn't show, I was 4th overall as well, I think. So W, right, chat? W. We did the thing. We got the score. We were on the board. And let's go see what happens now that we're advancing. Do we know, like, who we're up against? Advancing. Matches? We can see everyone who advanced. Ooh. So GT, 13-16. In Group C, oh, that hasn't happened yet. I was like, nobody advances. Everyone loses. Oh, my God. Ducky Souls over here with the highest power. No, yep. 489. I'm not surprised they are advancing. And a bunch of people at 18. I am jealous of their 18 start time. Oh my God. Bro, 10 UTC start time? Bro, I am so destroyed for the whole day now because of 10 UTC start time. I am personally destroyed. But I did instantly complete my Supreme Pass from, like, fighting. That happened almost instantly in the battle, so that was kind of neat. And I did have a lot of fun. Actually, really, really like Supreme Strife. If Supreme Strife replaced KVK, I would honestly not complain as long as the time would be different. GG. You enjoyed the vid? Throw a like on here. Subscribe. With the right preparation, I think you can get your individual damage dealt score. But I don't know. We'll see. Next time the event shows up, hopefully we hit it. All right? If you want to see me do this in the live stream that I did yesterday where the preparation phase happened, check the card in the end screen. It'll be right over here.